Hey, what's up, Liquid Metal Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Today's boo-boo card of the day is going to be none other than the Detective Pikachu promos back in the day, back when I worked at Yield GameStop. The Snobble one was being handed out. You just walk in, buy a couple packs, and get this cool card. Honestly, they're one of the weirder promos. Like, the Detective Pikachu era is kind of weird. I didn't hate it. I get why people don't like it. Some of the product was a little goofy. There was a nice, super good Detective Pikachu coin that came out of one of, like, the boxes or something like that. It was like a metallic one. I got it floating around somewhere. I think that was probably one of the best things that actually came out. Not metallic coin. It was a solid metal coin, and that thing freaking rocks. Anyway, want to talk today and get back in the swing of things. Appreciate everybody who's been loving the openings, by the way. Let's talk about CGC for a second. Nothing really too terrible, but I do think some of their goofball fucking shenanigans are starting to show their face again. Look, before anybody says it, I get it. This is going to be kind of a subjective video. If you like this stuff, this isn't really an attack personally at anybody or like what people like to collect. This is just my opinion on something. So they put up a reel a little bit ago, and I got tagged in it a couple times. It was essentially of an error Joltik, and what it was is it's like a paper jam error one. You can see directly on the front face of the card. It looks like there was another sheet that was attached to said card that got scrunched into the actual Joltik card. The surface of it is absolutely fucked. Looks like somebody took their nail or some fucking Frito fingers and just scratched across it. And they did the same thing with the back too, if you look on it. Now, it got quite a few negative comments. I got tagged in a good little bit. Had a lot of people say a bunch of gobbledygook about it. CGC doesn't really seem to care, like really look at that feedback, which, hey, good for you. You're a business. You do you. You smell your own farts all day. Do your thing. It's fine. I'm just going to explain to you why there's a good little chunk of people that don't like this and why this is kind of a goofy thing in the first place, because not really anybody's going to explain it this nice to you. Hey, take it from me. I'm just in a good mood this week. I don't know, opening cards, pulling Charizards. I guess I'm a new man right this second, so let me fucking explain it, CGC, best I can. Take it, leave it, I honestly don't care. Do what you will with it. You're your own people, CGC cards. It's just, you do you. So, there's two reasons why people really don't necessarily like this, and it's kind of weird for your grading company to do this stuff. First of all, it has nothing to do with you certifying the error. Like, if you want to encapsulate it, or do something with it, or certify this is indeed a paper jam error, that's fine. That's cool. No one has an issue with that. I definitely don't have an issue with that. I think that's kind of neat. There's plenty of people who collect error cards, and there's definitely some really fucking cool ones out there. All kinds of crazy miscuts, all kinds of crazy, like, you know, things where the card doesn't make any sense. Like a card's like shaped like a sailboat or something like that because of how it's cut, but still retains like a semblance of a card shape. That stuff's cool, and honestly, I can see the appeal for something like this where people are looking at cards and they're like, okay, look at that, that's a really weird misprint error type thing, right? That's not the problem. The problem is right there. That's what people have a problem with, and that's what I think a lot of people are looking at with your goofballness right there. So right there, mint 9 for an error card. Dude, look at the front of that card. Bro, it's a mint 9? Like, that's a mint 9. That's what kind of games we're playing. We're going to look at that card. We're going to look at an error, and it's a mint 9. It's really goofy how you guys are, like, grading error cards, and you're giving it like that. Dude, that's surface damage right there. I don't care if a machine caused it. I don't care if a person caused it. Hey, if I sent in a card that looked like that right now, what grade would that get? Honestly, realistically, what grade would that get? Probably a 3, because of just the insane level of surface damage. But for some reason, I'm assuming CGC just, like, looks at the error, and they're like, okay, let's grade this card. We'll put the error label on it, but we're not going to grade the error at all. It's almost like it's not there. We're just going to be having a high grade error card, even though the card itself looks like absolute dog shit and was fucked up by the actual company, right? Like, look, I get it. There's nothing wrong with people collecting the cards, right? And look, most people who collect error cards mostly collect cards purely for the fact that it's a fucking error card. They just like that it's different. They like that it doesn't look like other cards, and that's why they collect the sucker. Why put a grade on something when that's absolutely not true? I don't know, and a lot of people really aren't going to like this argument that they propose either, where it's like, oh, well, it's the machine did. That's why it's a crazy error. Something crazy didn't happen. But, I mean, the error caused a lot of damage to the card, right? Like, that's straight up what it is. Notice how you can, like, pull a card from a pack, right? You can have, like, messed up corners and stuff like that. Hey, that's what the card factory did. That's what they did. That's what the packaging did. That's what Pokemon's QA did. Oh, but this error is different. Like, we can give this a fucking 9, even though it looks like, you know, Kratos took the Blades of Chaos and slashed right through that shit. No, that's okay. We can do that. That's fine. That's a 9. Yeah, but your slightly dinged corners from a pack of Paldea Evolved, yeah, that's not getting higher than a 7, my guy. Sorry. Don't know what to tell you, though. It's what the factory did. Oh, but this cool factory error right here, that's a fucking 9. It's a cool error. No one's arguing that. But this is why people have a problem with it. It's a goofy thing to slap a 9 onto when it looks like you had like gremlins crawling out of the card or something. Look at that damage, dude. Look at that. And I already know what some CGC dick rider is going to say. they're not taking an error for they've done this before. They've done this with lots of error cards. It's ridiculous. Look at that card. That is not a mint 9. Absolutely not. I don't care if your son scraped it on the floor. I don't care if SpaghettiOs got spilled on it. I don't care if I, like, used it as a boomerang. I don't care if, like, Cool Trainer Ryan fucking flossed it with his teeth and then threw it at, like, the trash Pokemon of the week. And I don't care if a machine messed it up. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? That is not mint 9. And I don't care. I don't really give a fuck what anybody has to say about that. I don't care what people genuinely have to say. It's not mint 9. It's not. That's not a mint 9 per their standards. And it's really goofy that CGC has already changed their standards. Hey, send in your 9.5s. Now they're 10s. Look at that. It's another reason why people don't really trust any grading criteria that they put out anymore, and why, in my opinion, grading has become an absolute joke of what it was. It's not about the actual condition of the card anymore. It's not about what anything means. It's just what fucking number can be put on it and how much money someone can make off the resale. That's what it is. 100% what stuff like this bullshit is. Get mad at me. Leave as many dislikes in those comments as you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm right about this. I don't really care. I don't care how you feel. That's not a mint 9. It's not. Like, no one's going to look at that card and tell me, per CGC standards, oh, but it's an error. We take out the fact that it's an error. Yeah, conveniently when someone can get, like, a crazy error card and some weird collector, and, like, excuse me, you're not weird if you like error cards, right, or anything like that, but, like, some collector, like, wants it, and they're like, oh, look at this crazy fucking error. Like, I want to pay, like, top dollar for this shit because it's so rare, and it's a Joltik. Yeah, everyone's favorite Pokemon, Joltik. Joltik is kind of cool, but that's not really a popular Pokemon for people to just like. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. Just fucking CGC. I don't know. No one's going to explain it to you that nice. You're just going to get, like, a bunch of people that are either sucking your balls and cock and just fondling it, or you're going to get people that are just absolutely hateful to you. That's the best advice I can give you. This is Goofy. I'm not grading with you guys, and a lot of people aren't going to grade with you guys if you keep doing dumb shit like this, because it just delegitimizes your actual grading system. So I got. Appreciate it, virgins. I see you later.